So is there a Washington, D.C. suburb that has affordable homes, fantastic schools, great parks and playgrounds, and is diverse and safe?
Yes.
There absolutely is. And you've probably never heard of it. In fact, it probably isn't even on your radar. It's not for everybody, though. This quote from a resident actually made us laugh. They said, "If you're single, you'll die of boredom in a week. But if you're married with kids, you'll never want to leave." All right. Well, since the top question that we get from people moving here is, where are the great schools that also have affordable homes? So today, we're going to talk about Burke, Virginia. So make sure to stick around because you're also going to want to see this Disney-esque 888-acre park in the center of town with a hiking trail that ranks as one of the 10 best.
Yeah, one of my favorite parks in Northern Virginia.
So Michael and I do these videos for you every week. We break down living in DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. We've both been here over 20 years. He's more of a lifer. So we know the areas pretty well, and we write all of this ourselves. So we film it all too. Like, we don't use AI. We really don't use stock footage, maybe the occasional piece here or there, but we actually go out because we want to show you what everything looks like. We want you to get the real deal, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss the new videos.
So Burke, Virginia is an unincorporated community in Fairfax County, and it doesn't tend to be a place that's on most people's radar, but honestly it should. Mm-hmm. It's on your radar, it's on my radar. Yeah. And when buyers get priced out of Vienna, Tysons, Arlington, Falls Church, we often recommend Burke as an option because of the fact that there are many idyllic suburban neighborhoods within Burke,
right?
And for good reason. It just, I don't know. It's a nature lover's paradise. It's best known for its parks and recreation activities, and is very popular with families.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you'll find a good bit of conveniences and amenities in Burke, Springfield, Alexandria, Fairfax, and Falls Church are all reachable within 15 to 20 minutes. So I mean, you can pretty much live everywhere, even though you are centrally located in Burke when you're living there. So,
right.
And so location, where is this hidden gem?
I know. Well, Burke is centrally located in Northern Virginia. Makes commuting pretty easy and getting around to other cities easy. It lies north of Fairfax County Parkway, south of Guinea Road, and west of Rolling Road. It's about 20 miles southwest of Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so it's a great commuter area.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and so, Burke really is a great commuter area because if you work a hybrid schedule, you're not far from the highways and the byways in most locations of Burke, which makes commuting to the business hubs like Tysons, D.C., Falls Church, Alexandria, and Arlington really easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty shocking, like, once people start looking at the commuting times in that area, how doable it is.
Right.
All right. So if you work in Alexandria, Crystal City, the Pentagon, or DC, you can take advantage of the VRE, the Virginia Railway Express, which is the Amtrak commuter train. It has 2 stops in DC, L'Enfant and Union Station, which are main hubs for many government buildings downtown. You would park at the Burke Center Station. You can also jump on the Metro at Union Station, switch over once you get off the VRE if your work location isn't, right next to those DC locations. So the VRE is a really nice way to commute, and we have many clients and friends who utilize the VRE. I had a friend who used it for over a decade and just loved it.
Yeah, I know. I've never been on it, but I love it. Rave about it as such an asset.
She'd sit and get her work done so she didn't have to do more work when she got home. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the real estate.
Real estate.
Like Melissa, Burke came of age in the 70s.
That is true.
Yeah.
Still love my bell bottoms.
There are a lot of 70s and 80s housing stock here. There are very few condos, so we won't really discuss those in this video.
Okay, but there's definitely a lot of house types here. Yeah. And the prevailing house type really is the Center Hall Colonial. If you have a problem with Center Hall Colonials, then the 1980s called and they would like to have a word with you.
Yeah.
So in the past 6 months, 220 homes and townhomes have sold. Of those, 130 were single-family detached homes. The average price for those was $916,000, but the median price was $888,000. Now, the list to sold price ratio here is high. It's 104%. The remaining 90 homes were townhomes. Now, the average price on those was $619,000, and the median price was $625,000.
Yeah, and I think what was really cool is when we were just recently talking to a set of clients about Burke, we pulled some of the stats, and for 5-bedroom homes, you could find stuff between like $750,000 and $950,000.
Yeah,
and that was pretty cool for this area.
Yeah, that's why we do the median. I think it also gives a very good idea, at least, of what the midpoint is. And, you know, you've got half below and half above. All right, well, if Coolio sang a song about Burke, it would be called Suburban Paradise. All of the fun is here. All of it. And if you don't like the suburbs, you will not like it here. So when we were prepping for this video, we actually contacted one of my friends who grew up in Burke. And I asked her, what was the best part of Burke for you? And she said, well, leaving. She's very much a city person, though, and she has a husband who's like a local rock star in DC. Actually, more than a local rock star, kind of, which is interesting. Yeah. Anyway, you want to tell us about Burke Lake Park?
Yeah, I love this park so much. It's designated by the American Hiking Society as one of the 10 best fitness trails in the nation, which is awesome. Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the park and the lake are spread out over 888 acres and have a ton of activities. The kids can ride the train and the adults can ride it with them around the park. Yeah, I love the carousel. Camping, biking, walking on a 4.7-mile trail around the lake. It's so serene. It's really cool. Mini golf, frisbee golf. It's actually one of the original frisbee golf courses in the area. I
don't know what it is.
Fishing, boating, and indulging in some really great ice cream at the concession stand. So the park also has a ton of themed events, including goblin golf for Halloween, foraging for wild edibles, bug bingo, and more fun. I think the classes that are offered are so cool. And did you want to know a fun fact about Burke Lake Park?
I love fun facts.
Yeah, it was the original site slated for what is now Dulles International Airport.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I didn't even know that.
That's really, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, the Hidden Pond Nature Preserve is also another amazing park in the Burke area. So they have a variety of curated summer camps and programs, which is awesome because we always know all of our clients and friends are always having a terrible time finding camps and, things like that. So lots of great options. So they also have weekend birthday nature parties that feature a hike in the woods and an interactive animal session, which I really love. A friend of mine, her daughter really enjoyed that. So in October, they have the Haunted Pond event that features campfires, a twilight walk through the woods, and a scary and not so scary ghost story sessions for both those who want to be scared and those who have zero desire in being scared.
Well, if swimming and pool or tennis is your thing, there are actually a lot of options in Burke and then also in Springfield, which is just right next door. So there's Old Keene Mill Swim and Racket, there's Burke Racket and Swim, there's Orange Hunt Swim and Tennis Club, plus many inside of the homeowners associations. So something to know about Burke is that the private pool clubs actually don't have the crazy wait lists that you are going to find in other areas in the region.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so don't miss the Go Ape Zipline Adventure Park in neighboring Springfield. They have zip lines and obstacle courses, axe throwing, and a really cool outdoor version of an escape room. This place is pretty cool, and for limited periods, they have zip lining and obstacle courses open in the evening for twilight events, too. You've also got the Burke Lake Golf Center, which features 18 beautiful par 3 holes located in one of the county's most pristine parks. The driving range is a great place for all skill levels, but it's great for beginners. So Sky Zone Trampoline Park is also right on the border of Springfield and Burke. It is a great activity for everyone. I
love this place.
Swear these trampoline parks improved my feelings about parenting tenfold. I loved sitting there reading a book or listening to a podcast while I knew the kids were just jumping around like maniacs in a giant like padded room and burning the energy off. And I didn't have to do anything. It was kind of awesome.
So let's talk about schools because we know that's important to everybody.
It sure is. Well, people come for the schools. They are solid 7s and 8s across the board on great schools, and that includes middle school. That never happens.
I know. It's pretty wild. Yeah, there's a lot of clients that we've had, especially at the middle school age, who are like feverish to get into.
Oh, I know. Like that middle school angst usually brings that score down to a 5. I mean, we had our middle school parent conferences today, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, not in Burke. So those tweens are paying attention, and they are learning all of the things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all kidding aside, though, the schools and the burbs, I mean, this is why people move here.
Yeah.
All right. How about some food and grocery stores?
Yeah, so Burke actually has a lot of shopping centers, which was really surprising to a lot of people. So,
yeah, because they're hidden. They're like, you just sort of pop on one and you're like, oh, there's a shopping center.
Yeah, but the most notable of them all is the Burke Center Shopping Center.
Okay.
It has so many stores, but Kohl's and Safeway are the two, like, anchor stores. It has a very strong history in the community and has been a vital hub for Burke for a very long time. Other grocery stores include Giant Food, H Mart, and Lidl. The H Mart is actually really nice there, and so is the Lidl. You're also not a far drive from Whole Foods in Springfield at the new location that they just moved to, and also 2 Wegmans locations. So, I mean, that just makes everybody excited. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So the dining options too are actually plenty and feature many types of cuisines. Some of my favorites are Villa Bella, Little Cow Cafe and Bistro, the awesome food court in H Mart.
There's a food court at H Mart?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Shy Mick and Amtai. Amtai is fantastic. And one of the great things about Burke is that you aren't far away from many restaurants in the neighboring areas. So you'll never run out of options. That's what I really like. And one of my favorite bakeries in the area is the Swiss Bakery. Absolutely incredible. It's technically a Springfield address, but it's right on the border of Burke. Their sandwiches are amazing, and they have fresh bread, desserts, and pastries, and they're just the best. I really love this place. I stop as many times as I can.
I need to go there now.
Yeah, I have a client who's been walking distance, and that would be dangerous. So
fresh bread. I need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they also have a small storefront where they sell different imported goods and a lot of delicious chocolate, which is really nice.
Ooh, chocolate.
Yes. So, and one of the other things I love is the Burke Farmers Market. It's a great market. It runs late April until the end of December. It's on Saturdays and features so many vendors. They have everything from your typical veggies and fruits to sweets, pre-made meals, pastries, bread, and so much more. It's a really great market. So I feel like you still get some of those city-esque elements. You know, just it's a nice little sprinkling in the suburbs.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the history buffs over here. We're going to give you a little bit of history here. Burke was a critical and strategic area during the Civil War for both sides and therefore made its mark on American history. Fun fact, April 10th, 1865, Fairfax County's last shots of the Civil War were fired in a skirmish between Mosby's Raiders and the 8th Illinois Cavalry at Arundel's Tavern in Burke.
Yeah.
Say
really
that
cool.
10 times fast.
Yeah.
So Burke is named after Silas Burke, who was among many elected and appointed positions, a local farmer, a judge, sheriff. I mean, he was like boss hog dude. He did it all.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another fun fact, 1951, Burke residents protested the siting of a new international airport. Michael.
Yeah.
Your friends at Dulles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that they were actually able to fight that.
Yeah.
And so it was later built in Chantilly.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny. I always think it feels like it has a Dulles address.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's Burke, you guys. So if you want to move there, but like if you're single, you'll be bored. Well, you might not be bored. Maybe you hate people and you're not bored. I mean, I don't know. I was reading all kinds of things and people were saying like, I'm single. I live there. I just go to my friend's house and like hang out in their basements and stuff. So, you know, when the kids go to bed. But yeah, if you want to find more information out about that, our contact info is coming next.